out. Talk it out, show. Talk it out, show. Talk it out. Talk it out.
Yeah, talk it out, trying to figure out the facts. We over here doing everything with the rap.
Welcome to the Talk It Out Show.
All right, you guys. So I don't know if we have some people who watch us on this platform or also to listen to us on a speaker podcast sometimes, but we were talking about, I was talking about earlier, about 420, the events was happening. Of course, 420 was the day that, it of course was the marijuana day. Yeah. And also the day that we got a guilty verdict finally in one of these cases. So I said from now on, 420 is going to really be representation of quite a few things. And then, of course, shortly after, 20 minutes after the verdict, then the 16-year-old girl got shot and killed. Yes. So I was talking to Lydia about this because over the last few days, I have been on social media looking at stuff, and people have kind of said a lot of different things about it. And I had only watched the video a couple of times, and then I was like, ooh, there's a lot going on. And I had thought that originally, the girl had called herself the police. But I don't know who that was who called, because, of course, by the time they got there, she was the one trying to stab somebody. So I didn't know what was going on. But it was kind of chaotic.
I heard. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, because I'm not going to watch anything like that. But I did hear on the radio that she called.
That's what I kept hearing, that she called. So
she called police,
you called, and then... So I'm almost wondering, like...
She had a knife in her hand?
Yeah, she had it. But I'm almost wondering, like, what had because I think about, how sometimes, like, say for instance somebody was about to threatening you, and you're calling because those people are on their way to come get you or do something to you, blah blah blah. So if you're calling at that particular moment for help, but then when you get there, then it's like you see her with a knife, but she might have the knife because she might be trying to protect herself from the people who came. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would you call why would you call yourself? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Unless you're going to do something to somebody. But I mean, in my mind, it's like, you ain't going to call for no help. And then when you get there, then all of a sudden you the one getting shot. To me, it sounds weird. Mm-hmm. To me, it's like, what was going on beforehand? You know what I mean? For her to be the one to call, and then all of a sudden for that to have transpired. Yeah. But Lydia had a really good point to say is, what she's noticing, and I noticed it too, whenever they're dealing with people of color, they shoot first. They don't ever try to do anything else to de-escalate the situation. You're not shooting them, like she said, shoot her in the knee, shoot her to stop her. I mean, yeah, she might have had a knife in her hand, but shoot her to stop her. Don't just boom, boom. You just laid into boom, boom, boom. You didn't boom one time. You just let it go. You didn't try any other way. And I know it was chaotic and stuff, and people were like, well, we got to think about what's possibly going on in their heads. I mean, how much information did they have before they got to the scene and stuff. And so then you get there. So there's so much stuff. Well, I've been on social media, and people have been like saying, like, literally, like, well, this is a totally different situation. And she had a knife, and she could have killed somebody. And so they had to do what they needed to do. So they're like condoning the behavior.
Because they're going to always make it seem that way. And that's the thing.
But I'm like, these are our people.
Because our people are not loyal. It is what it is. I'm just going to say this. I've seen it, like I said earlier, where our mom had foster kids. And she had a white child. And the white child here in our state was in a car, and the cops was trying to get into the car to open the door. She drove off. The cop is hanging out the door. Yeah. She drove and hit plenty of the cop car. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the cop car and sped off, and then jumped up the car and ran. Not one shot was fired. Now, mind you, you got to understand the cop's arm is in the window trying to open the door, and she's dragging him as he's in the cop car. Let that have been a black person, shot. Done. Shot up. Shot up. So, but when it's a white person, and we take care of them. It's all right. Like I said,
get them some mental health.
And like you said, oh, you don't know what that transpired. You don't know what they said, what she was saying. We don't know what happened. But why couldn't she got shot in the leg in the arm? You could have shot her pinky toe. I mean, even on pinky toe. You could have shot the head and the half of the knife. You could have shot anywhere. And why did it take 3 shots?
But what I'm saying,
and like I said, if it was a white person with the same scenario, the white person could cuss the cops out and tell them they're coming for them, and they would have shot a leg or toe.
And I guess for me too, I don't know if I just always thinking so much into, I always think a lot. And so my thing is like, I feel that they should have just took so much more precaution regarding.
They don't have to because she's black.
But what I'm saying for me, there's so much mental. We all have issues from dealing with this. This year's been crazy, and we've been dealing with this with it for years. But I'm just saying, this has been rough, and so I don't know why people are just so. I don't know. I guess like you said, it's just because we're black. I guess it's just. It was. That's just her as a black, which is it's horrible to me. So you guys, let us know what you think. If y'all feel that there should have been some other kind of a way. If y'all feel that they was justified in what they was doing or whatever, let me know, because there's I've been seeing so many different opinions on this situation, and she's 16 years old. And my thing is, you see kids gunning down schools and doing all kind of stuff, and they just, there's a troubled child, and
before you go to the police officer, you want some McDonald's? Yeah, McDonald's. But she had to die. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like, so you can see here, like I said, it's it's horrible. I'm like, she could still be here. And if she did have something going on mentally, she could have been getting the help she needed. Everybody else is. But she probably had nothing mental. She probably was like, okay, I got this nice so-and-so. I don't know the story.
Because I'm going to tell you this right now.
She could have threatened the cops. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I have been seeing people beating down people lately, and they ain't nothing happening to them. And they people of color. I don't know what's going on, but you just boom, this child, boom, boom. You just, I don't know. And I don't know what we can do in this world to even get this. I mean, so it's like, to me, like I was telling Lydia, I personally feel we have just, as people, been on this roller coaster, because you boom, get that verdict, and then boom, that happens right after that. So it's like, we're just roller coaster.
They were already on precaution to do that. They weren't trying to make it an easy way and make it a safe way.
They probably mad there after they.
They probably did. It's probably
they probably mad. But they get somebody else now.
One lady shooting the person. How much she thought it was a taser gun? The taser gun ain't don't look nothing like a gun.
No,
I thought
it was bright yellow to black.
I thought I had a taser gun.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so
and she the one got mental health, needs to go get some mental health, because she thought that was a gun.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't be on the police force.
No.
But guess what? She's on the police force, and guess what? Probably ain't nothing gonna happen to her because she thought it was it's an innocent mistake.
Mm-hmm.
She was all hyped up and she didn't pay attention. The taser gun was lighter and it was bright yellow and she didn't notice that. She just like, oh, this is black and it's heavy. You gotta do the click back and you gotta do all this to shoot. Yeah, they do seem a lot alike. Yes, they do.
So you guys, it has been an eventful week for us. Our prayers are to everybody, because we all got a lot going on, and every day it's just like we can't get a break. It's something going on. So but you guys let us know what you think, and of course, we'll be here to discuss whatever right here on the Talk It Out Show.
Talk It Out Show, Talk It Out. It's the Talk It Out Show. It's the Talk It Out Show.
Talking it out all day, trying to figure out the line.